Look at this, a team of mascots celebrating the UCL trophy high into the air. They are doing wild, crazy dances while the crowd roars in celebration.
Holy smokes! The team with players wearing random shirts and $5 masks have finally done it. They have won the Champions League, and there is no way they did it when they were playing for Spurs.
Hey, you must be thinking, how does all of this happen? Let's find out. 3 years ago, the football club called the Uglies were formed in East England. These players didn't look their best, but were incredibly great at football. They were a force to be reckoned with, scoring goals left, right and centre. But they happened to have one problem. Despite all their skill, the Uglies never gained a following. Coming from the city of Ivanhoe, they were ignored in the football world. The fans who came to their games, well, you wouldn't call them fans, would you? It got so bad that their actual fans started mocking them with masks and sold their own merchandise with their horrible faces on it. They were eliminated, not by their opponents, but how they looked on the pitch. And the Uglies disappeared, never to be seen again. Okay, 1 year later, I remember waking up to this unexpected news.
Welcome to the evening news. In today's news, a football match is going to be held in Ivanhoe, where a football team is going to be wearing football masks, and you can watch it live on YouTube.
I still remember that day. Ivanhoe was buzzing as all the mascots walked out on the fields for the first time. And their opponents were Colchester Football Club, the city rivals. Look at the Mascots FC coming out of the tunnel. It was quite a sight that day. Manchester, Stamford and all the mascots in front of the country were a part of this team. And football, it was electrifying. Look at them play in this game. Well, the left back had some Brazilian roots. In an interview, he mentioned that his grandfather scored a great free kick in the 90s. Together, this team was unstoppable, thrashing Colchester 9-0 that day. And the media went into frenzy after the game.
Who are they?
Team with masks beating a football club?
Is this a joke?
Mascots on the pitch?
English football is about to end.
This is not at all healthy for English football.
Oh well, that was the time when the whole world started talking about these. You could see social media posts and everything around them. And they were signed by a second division football team. The Mascots won their second division match with Stamford scoring free kicks. And you remember the left back? Well, he had some long range shots in. And after the news for this game, the whole football world was rooting for them. And after this, there was a shocking twist. Daniel Levy, the owner of Tottenham Hotspur, announced that he had bought the entire team of mascots. The entire team!
I want them. I want them all. We are signing mascots, and I trust them more than my own team to win the Champions League.
And that's it. The mascots are now directly into the Champions League by playing under the kit of Spurs. But we all know Champions League is not that easy. And then we faced Real Madrid. The mascots, they were literally a local club playing against a big team like Real Madrid on the weekend. Even though the mascots were from the county, they knew one thing about Real Madrid. You can never give them penalties. Not at any cost. Well, they could not stop Real Madrid from attacking in open field, so they'd block them in the box. Real Madrid was left completely confused, unable to understand why wouldn't the mascots engage. But it worked. Without penalties, the mascots walked away with an unexpected victory, with goals coming in from Manchester. It was a team show in the UCL. Real Madrid were out by a team of fucking county wearing some goofy masks on the pitch. The mascots secured a cheeky victory, but these tactics wouldn't work against their next opponent. And the next opponent was Bayern Munich, the team responsible for one of the biggest wins in the Champions League history. From the start, Bayern Munich attacked with full force, and the mascots were outmatched. They struggled to find their rhythm against them. It was Bayern Munich after all. Harry Kane had several chances to turn the game around, but he missed every one of them. So painfully close, like always. Well, even though the scoreline looked 0-0, the mascots were completely confused. How could they break Bayern Munich's attack and defense? But at halftime, they realized it was not them who was struggling, it was Harry Kane. Well, a letter from Daniel Levy was delivered to the dressing room, offering them a strategy that could turn the match around. When one of the mascots lifted up the letter by Daniel Levy, it said, "If you want to win the match, let Harry Kane shoot. His weakness is winning. Let him win." Well, as soon as the mascots cracked the code, They just did what had to be done. They just let Harry Kane take all the shots. They knew that Kane's greatest weakness was in his history never winning anything. And guess what happened? Bayern Munich completely exhausted feeding Kane so many chances and they couldn't keep up with the Mascots. This was the moment to strike back. By the time the Mascots took complete control of the game, Bayern Munich was too tired to keep up. Another victory for the Mascots. However, their next opponent in the Champions League semi-final was completely unexpected. It was Manchester United. How had Manchester United with Ten Hag et al. Made it to the semi-finals of the Champions League? Well, United in the semi-final is only possible in a universe where we are seeing teams with mascot masks on playing football in a Spurs kit in a semi-final of the UCL. Well, by the final whistle, the score was 64-0. Just as everyone expected, since United had been struggling all season, and the best part was the post-match interview with Ten Hag against the Mascots. His usual, and that was it. The Mascots had reached the Champions League final. A team of nobodies from a month ago now facing Manchester City in their biggest match of their lives.
And if you can believe it, a team of mascots in full Spurs kits and wearing mascot masks is taken to the field. Who would have thought it? Tottenham Hotspur, out of all teams, standing here in the Champions League final.
The match began and Erling Haaland scored within minutes. The Mascots were completely down, but they refused to give up. They came up with a new strategy. If they couldn't beat City with the tactics, they would use something else. They looked at their manager, who activated some new FC IQ bullshit from the game, and the team started moving in all directions. It was like synergy between the Mascots like they wouldn't have seen before. And the final whistle was blown and it echoed the stadium. Against all odds, the Mascot had won the Champions League. But just as they were about to celebrate, the Mascots did something really unexpected. One by one, they removed their oversized mascot heads. And nobody could believe it was them, the original team, the Uglies. The very players who were mocked now were standing in front of the world with a Champions League trophy, showing that their faces were not the thing, it was their skill that mattered. Their story was no fairy tale, this was a story of redemption. A team judged how they looked, came back to claim the biggest prize in football, hidden behind the masks of the beloved Mascots. The Uglies, once mocked, are now legends. Their journey was a testament to resilience of belief and the power of not judging a team by their appearance but the skill on the pitch. But there is a similar story that I've seen in the past. And you can check a video right here in which a player who is Spider-Man but then goes on to win the World Cup for England. Click on the video right here.